Hi, this is Hope, and today is Sunday, November 12th, 2018, and I had a dream I want to share with you. And if you see my cat starting to eat these flowers, you will hear a spray bottle, so just ignore it. Anyway, I had this dream last night before I went to bed. I specifically asked God to allow me to have a dream where I talk to Him or visit with Him in some way. And um, So this is the dream I had. And the reason that I ask him that is because some of the people that I post and I email and talk with, they see Jesus in their dreams and their visions, and they talk to him, and they're very lucid. They know what they're saying, and I think that is awesome. And I want to do that too. I have all kinds of questions to ask him. So that's the dream. This is my dream. In my dream, I woke up and I was in a twin size bed. My husband was not with me, but I knew I was in my apartment. And this woman came into my room and was sitting there, and she started to tell me her problems about her family. And I knew I was supposed to know this woman and I should know what's going on in her family, but I did not. So I just kind of pretended and went along with it. And then suddenly I understood I was in a dream. And so I interrupted her, pardon me, and I said, "Oh, I'm in a dream." And so I said, "See, I'll show you." And I got out of bed and I got on the floor, stood up, and my feet were not touching. And I said, "See, my feet aren't touching the floor." And I said, I'll show you how I go up to heaven." So then I started to swim upwards. Apparently I was doing the butterfly stroke. So that's how I was going very slow, but I said to her, "See, you can do this too." And so I tried to coax her into doing that, but she just watched. And a couple feet up in the air was a what looked to be like a bricked-in fireplace. And I thought, well, I know that if I keep trying to swim up to heaven, I'll never get there at this slow rate. And I've done this before in dreams, and I knew I had done it in dreams. And so I decided to give up because Jesus has said, we'll just go through a door and then we'll meet with him. And I thought, well, I can go through walls. I'm in a dream. So I'll just go through this fireplace door like thing and then I'll meet with him. So I did. I started to, well, there was like a ledge on this fireplace, and I stepped onto the ledge. And I should preface this. I wanted to tell you, as I was swimming upwards, I started to sing this song to I just started to sing this song like I was glorifying God. And it's the song that many of you know called "Come Ye Thankful People Come." We sing in the United States, we sing this song around Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving is in a couple weeks anyway. I haven't heard this song on the radio because I don't listen to any, radio stations that play hymns. But this is the song that I sang. And after the dream, I was looking at the lyrics, and they're pretty incredible, and I'll post them. But anyway, as I was singing this song, in the dream, I got flashes of other people also kind of swimming upwards to God, also singing the same song I was. And I think this represents the bride. We're on our way. We're going to be part of the harvest. And anyway, so I'm getting ready to go through this door. And it's like, if you've seen the Chronicles of Narnia, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe on TV with Lucy, as she goes through the closet, she starts feeling the evergreen trees. And I was feeling bushes in this dream as I was going through this fireplace. And I got outside of my apartment, and I looked, and I could see people to my right. And I immediately knew I was not in heaven. And so I was disappointed. But I thought, if I can just step a couple feet to the left or the right, I can get out of these bushes. So I did. And so I was outside, and this animal, maybe about 18 inches long, kind of reminded me maybe of a beaver, only it didn't have the big tail. It wasn't an animal I had seen before, so I don't think the type of animal was important. But the animal went and got in the pond, came back out, and its pelt was very wet, and it rolled on its back so I could start petting it and scratching it like I do my cat. And I thought, well, this is really neat. This is something that God's allowed me to do. I'm just interacting here with these animals, and that's really cool because it was being submissive, and it was making me smile. And there was another animal just like it. That animal also got into the pond, and then this pond had sloped banks. So when these animals were done, the one got up from where I was petting it. It went over to lay on its stomach, and the other animal got up to lay on its stomach, and it put its arm around this first animal. And I thought, oh, that is so sweet. I need to take a picture of that. So I got my husband's cell phone, which was nearby, not my own. My husband does not have a smartphone, so I wasn't really sure how to take this picture. And besides, as you know, in dreams, a lot of times cell phones don't work. They don't work the way they're supposed to. And that's about the time I woke up. I thought if I can get this picture, a lot of people will see it. So I woke up and I was very excited about this dream, even though I did not get to meet Jesus and talk to him. I believe that the interpretation is as follows. You know, we're not really into this world. We are listening to people's problems, and granted, now this, on the one hand, we are praying for these people, loved ones, and especially for salvation, because I want them all to be in heaven. Now, all my coworkers, friends, and family, every one of them, even the people I meet, you know, like at Panera Bread, which is one of the places I frequent. I get to know them. I understand what's going on in their lives, and I want them there too. So I pray for them. And so, however, we are not attached in the worldly way to these people. Our focus is Jesus. So that's why in this dream, I didn't really know this woman, but I told her that I was ready to fly. So I was showing her, like showing the world, you can be part of this. You can be part of where we're going, which is to meet God. We're all going to heaven. And as I was singing this song, well, this is a harvest song. Come, ye thankful people, come, raise the song of harvest home. All is safely gathered in ere the winter storms begin. And here in the United States, it's November. The winter is just about to hit. It's already snowed here in Indiana. A little bit of the second verse is, all the world is God's own field, fruit unto his praise to yield, wheat and tares together sown, until joy or sorrow grown. And then the song goes on to talk about how the angels will come and take the harvest home. So it's very much a harvest song. It's the right time here in the States, but this applies worldwide because the bride is throughout the entire world and will participate in the harvest. And I could see the rest of the bride. We're all doing the same thing. We are all singing to God. We want to start the harvest. We're joyful. We're singing His praises. We're kind of leaving the world behind. We're trying to get to heaven as fast as we can. And when I stepped on this fireplace, I don't know if I told you, there was a bell there, like you would ring the bell at a library or at a checkout, and like, here I am, someone come help me. I stepped on that bell, and in the dream I thought to myself, okay, God, I'm ringing the bell. I'm coming to see you. And so I did that. So we are literally trying as best we can to meet with Him each and every day. And what He's showing us is that even though we might not have a ministry where we get to see into the Spirit and all that, He is still totally 100% with us. And we get to participate in that experiences in ways that other people, even though they're part of the bride, they might not recognize, which is interacting with animals, interacting with nature. This is not a witchcraft kind of thing at all. This is, I believe it's Hillsong that sings the song, and he's singing to God, and he says, with every breath you take, I'm not talking about the place, I'm talking about that song, 1,000,000,000 creatures take a breath. That's the song. Because God's breath, His life, is in every living thing. And so He's already here. We are participating with Him in life every day. We don't have to see Him specifically. I know there's lots of books out on how to do it. There's lots of teachings. And it's something that I wish I could do. And God knows my heart. He knows I wish I could do it. I've prayed about it, but it's just not meant for me. This is just not one of the things that I get to do. And I think we all have things that we wish we could do, and sometimes we're told everybody can do this. I don't believe that. I believe that we're all given specific gifts, and those are the we just do, or we just be with them. We just allow God to work through us as an empty vessel to do what we're supposed to do to fulfill our purpose. We don't even have to know what our purpose is. We don't have to strive for anything. If we are obeying God and we give our hearts to Him, it will happen. You know, in some of the near death experiences I've watched, the people understood that as they were seeing their life review, even when they opened a door for someone else, that was God could see their heart and that they cared about this person enough to show them a little kindness. So even the smallest things that we do, that's God working through us to show other people that He cares. So that's really all we have to do. There's no actual doing. We just be. And as long as we're loving and praising God and worshiping Jesus, it all happens and flows through us. And we need to be accepting and of what our ministry is. There's a verse I learned a long time ago about how Paul, I think it's Paul, that says, I've learned to be content in every circumstance, whether rich or poor, or in sickness or health. I know those are wedding vows, but you get my point. We're to be content. This is where we are, and very, very soon we're going to start this harvest, and we're all the same in it. We're all singing the same song. God knows about it, but we need to understand what we're doing now is exactly what we're supposed to be doing now. So I hope this is encouraging to you today.